My family has been tractor pulling for generations, and we've been winning for generations too. In this series, I'm going to leak some of our very best kept secrets to you so that you can try these tricks on your own tractor and you too can take home a first place trophy. In this video, we're going to talk about the tires, the rear wheels on your tractor. Now, it's important to talk about the pressure that you have in your tires. You're going to decide on your own what air pressure is appropriate for your tractor, and that's going to be based off of trial and error. It's going to depend on track conditions, what weight class you're pulling in, and what quality of tires you have on your tractor. We have determined that for this M, it runs best between 13 and 14 pounds of air pressure, but that's going to be different for you. So here's how you're going to tell. You're going to take your tractor to the pole, you're going to pull down the track, and when you're done, you want to look over the tread marks that you've left. Your tread marks are going to tell you whether if the tread marks are flat and even across, that's what you want. If maybe the center is dug in a little bit farther, then that's going to tell you have too much air pressure, or if it's up, then you don't have enough air pressure. But the goal is for the track that you're leaving in the dirt to be even across the whole entire bar of your tire. Also, you can have somebody else watch your tire, and if it's wrinkling on the sidewall, that's going to affect your drawbar height, and you're going to lose a lot of power there because your tires are wrinkling. So you don't want wrinkling in your tires, and you want a straight tread pattern across the dirt on your track. Now, you also want to make sure that your air pressure is even in both of your wheels. If it's even, they're going to pull at that same grip. So here's how you get an even air pressure in each of your tires. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to use a gauge like this one. I don't like the stick kind because they're not as accurate as you can see on one with a gauge like this. You're going to set it between 13 and 14 pounds in each of your rear tires, or whatever poundage you pick and deem as appropriate for your tires. And then you can use something like this. This is the lock end of a chuck with a air hose in between. Both ends are the same on my air hose. And then you can lock this onto your valve stem on both sides of your rear tires and leave it for about an hour or two. And then the air pressure will even out exactly between your two rear tires. You might be rolling your eyes at this step and say, Rachel, is that really important? Let me tell you, it is important. And this, combined with other little tricks that I'm going to show you, are going to make the difference between second and first place. The next thing to consider is the width of your rear rims. These are 12-inch rear rims. These are 14-inch, and you can tell the difference between the two. Got a lot more curve on the bar on the 12-inch rim, where the 14-inch rim, they're laying flat. Also on these tires, they're cut. You can see that they're angled back so that all of the weight is in that first 1/4 inch grab there. As opposed to these more stock tires, the grab's going to be on the whole entire bar of the tire. These cut tires are going to perform worlds better on the track. Also, these are really old tires. They're hard. You can't move them with your thumb at all. Where these are more pliable, you can definitely move them with your thumb. These hard tires are going to do better on the track as well. Now, some clubs will have restrictions on tires in whether they can be cut or not, and whether they can be 12-inch or 14-inch rear rims. So this is definitely something you need to do your research on. Don't go to the pole and find out that your tires are disqualify you from pulling. So do your research, and if your club does allow for cut tires or for a wider rear rim, make sure that you spend the money to upgrade your wheels. It'll make a huge difference on pull day. If I was going to take this M down the track with these stock tires, I might get 3rd or 4th place. If the only change I made was putting these tires on the tractor instead of these tires, I definitely have a chance at taking home 1st place just on that one improvement. So this is really important. If your club allows for it and you can afford it, make sure that you have cut tires on a wide rim. The third thing to consider is the wheelbase of your tractor. I like to have a very narrow wheelbase. Here's why. When I'm pulling down the track and my front end starts to come up just a little bit, I lose that steering capability from my front end. So therefore, if one of my wheels grabs a little bit more than the other and my wheels are far apart, it's going to kilter one way or the other with the chance of pulling me off of the track. And the only way to counteract that when my front end is off the ground is with the brake, and you really don't want to put your foot on the brake when you're trying to get from one end of the track to the other. Therefore, if your wheelbase is narrower, you won't have as much of a tendency to grab from one tire to the other. You can see how narrow this M is. I have the dishes turned out, and I also have the wheels pulled in as far as they can. That way, this tractor has better chances of pulling down that track straight. These are 3 small adjustments that you can make that add up to make a difference in the way that your tractor performs when it's going down the track.